Okay, so this is just a quick, I say quick, hopefully it'll be quick, quick screencast with me talking out loud about the current situation with staff developing materials for distance learning and use of MOPE as well. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do something ever so slightly innovative in terms of describing this MOPE User Proficiency Quadrant. Maybe this is not going to work, we'll see. But essentially, when people in SHA come to actually deliver or design some distance learning material, we suggest they use MOPE, and the majority of people, certainly from the beginning, have approached this with no experience of using MOPE, and in some cases little or no experience of doing DL. So these people are basically in the quadrant in this section here. So they're unable to create MOPE pages, they've never used MOPE before, and they don't really know what MOPE can do either, or some of the more pedagogical considerations at stake. They're not familiar with those, so they're in this section here. Now, I tend to give kind of ad hoc training to staff, and I'll install MOPE on their machine, I'll show them how to use it, at which point they'll move into this quadrant here, which is yes, they can then create basic MOPE pages, but a lot of the time it's quite difficult to open people's eyes to the sort of things that MOPE can do, and also some of the things that MOL can do. So they're sort of able to create basic pages, they know which buttons to press to do that, but they don't really know how to make the most out of it. So that's definitely progress, because the more people that can use MOPE, then the better, the less strain there is on the limited learning technology resource, me and Dan. So more people that can do it, great. Ideally, we want people to be here, so they can create, they can use MOPE, they know what buttons to press, and they also know all the different kind of tricks and how you can get students engaging more and using some of the tools that give formative feedback as you go, and allow students to self-assess and so on. But I don't think we're quite there. There's a small handful of people in SHA that are in this quadrant that can do all the stuff, and they know how to get the best out of it. More recently, people seem to be in this quadrant, which is not so bad, and that is they don't really know how to use MOPE, so they may be new to this, but they've maybe done some DL before, and they've certainly got a good idea of what it is they want to do. And the people in this quadrant are basically using a template that we've developed in sort of Google Docs, which allows staff to explain via sort of this sort of table template exactly what they want to do on which page, and they know, because they've either looked at other modules or had experience of delivering modules themselves, what we can do. They just don't know which buttons to press, or they've not been given access to MOPE yet. So that's not so bad. The only problem is with this quadrant, people are we still have this bottleneck problem, and it all has to come through me and Dan. So we've got to weigh up, or I'm trying to weigh up what the best approach is, because in some respects I'd rather we had a sound sort of pedagogical approach that actually meant the students were engaged, but at the same time we need to make sure that this is actually sustainable and that we can do it in school. So hopefully we will eventually move to a situation whereby more and more staff are in that quadrant, but it's how we get there. So those are some waffly thoughts in just under 4 minutes.